Hi. So let's talk. Yeah, I'm going to gym. It's been a few emotionally roller coaster days. But anyways, let's talk. Let's connect the dots. So I was thinking on this term, let's connect the dots. Connect the dots. Connect the dots. What dots are we trying to connect? Why are we trying to connect the dots in our life? Let's get to the point now. Why are we trying to connect the dots in our life? I am trying to connect the dots in my life is because the picture that I formed was a distorted one. It was an unhappy one. I was not happy with the picture that formed when I connected the dots. You know, the bigger picture that comes, and every time I try to reconnect the dots, try to rearrange the dots or reconnect them in a different way as much as possibly could. So many, because you know, a lot of different possibilities are there. The way we connect the dots, the way we connect the dots. How do I say this in the right word? Let me rephrase this. It's how we connect the dots. How we start with point 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The picture forms now, but what if we don't know the numbers? The numbers itself are not placed correctly. If you've ever played that game, or if you've ever had that art, the drawing, where the number, if they're just dots, you can create innumerable amount of pictures, because you decide how you're going to draw, what you're going to draw. But if there are numbers to it, now there's already the picture is already formed. The picture is already formed because there are numbers on it. It's just that you need to connect it yourself according to the number, and the picture will be formed, right? If you can just imagine that. But the question here is, are there numbers to the dots that we have been, are there numbers to the dots that we are trying to connect in our life? Number one. Number two. Who's trying to connect the dots? I always go to who, because who is connecting the dots? Because if I, as Ronak is trying to connect the dots, I will connect the dots from my perspective. I will never connect the dots from the bigger picture, to form the bigger picture. And mind you, we all want to see the bigger picture of our life, because from where we are, from what we are connecting the dots to form the picture, it is not a happy one. At least for me, it is not. I'm not happy with the dots, the pictures that are forming with the dots that I'm connecting. The dots are there. But the pictures are not. And the picture that is forming, the storyline is not matching. The storyline is not matching. Something is off. And so for now, I'm not trying to connect the dots. I am going to lift myself up. Or I guess I'm in the process of lifting myself up with all these videos and all this walking upon this path. Because unless you lift yourself a little higher to see, unless you lift yourself out of your own self to see the bigger picture, because you want to see the bigger picture, you just don't want to see this. You want to see this. You want to see the entirety and of your own life, of your own creation. You can't do it from only one person's perspective. And I would be selfish of me to connect the dots based on my own perspective, and that is Ronak's perspective. I would have to lift myself up and see the whole scenario from based on a lot of things. Because only then the dots will form a meaningful picture, I have no idea where I'm going with it. I'm just talking it out loud. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, because sometimes I feel I might just becoming too bold by just posting anything and everything on YouTube. But as of now, I'm trying to connect the dots, but I realized it's not going to be that simple, because connecting dots, trust me, once you connect the dots, it forms a solid picture and it stays in your mind, and you have to be very, very mindful of how you're connecting the dots, because once you form the picture, the thoughts will occur, the emotions will flow, and the rest follows, and you don't want that, because that it becomes ingrained in your mind. As long as it is in a dot formation, you still have a chance. Now this is where I'm getting, now this is where I find, as long as you have the dots, you still have the possibility of rearranging how you draw the lines to form the picture. Because the picture once formed, now your mind will create thoughts, emotions will flow, and you will start to form beliefs, for better or for worse. And we all want something better, right? We all want a happy picture, so that we can create happy thoughts out of it, from it, through it, and emotions follow. So connecting the dots, we better be mindful of how we are connecting dots in our life. And I guess it is very important to understand that are the numbers written, because you know, next to the dots are the numbers. Are the numbers already written? If the numbers are already written, then the picture is already more or less formed. It is just about us drawing the lines to connect the dots. But if there are no numbers, now we have the possibility of forming as many pictures, because there are various ways of connecting the dots, the lines. You can go here, you can go there, and each time you will have a different picture. So I would say, if we are trying to connect dots in our life, now this is now finally getting to the point. If we are trying to connect dots in our lives, number one, first thing, find out, is there other numbers next to the dots. And I guess the numbers would be our timeline, our age, our year, the time frame. That would be the number. But I am still not sure of that. So that's up to each one of us to figure it out for ourselves, if there are numbers, because the numbers will make it easy for us to connect the dots. If there are no numbers, then that is also as tricky as it is. We still are in control. I would say then we would have to learn various ways of connecting the dots, as many possibilities and various ways to connect the dots, and see which picture forms each time. Are we happy with that picture? If not, let's reconnect the dots. If you're not happy with the dots, the connections, the picture, then let's reconnect it, and reconnect it again and again and again, until we are happy with the picture that is formed. And so the rest will follow in the way we want. And I think, in a way, sometimes it is good if we don't have the numbers next to the dots, because that means we still have a possibility to rearrange them, to redraw and reconnect on a positive note, on a brighter side, and reconnect to create a very happy image. Or I would say reconnect the dots to create a whole new imagery that would automatically, I would say, trigger or have a new set of thoughts and emotions, and so on, you know. So as of now, I would say, first of all, the hand that is connecting the dots, let's try to strengthen that hand. Let us try to lift that hand up, and let's try to make sure that the hand that is connecting the dots don't fall weak when it lands up creating or or forming a picture that is not so good. Let that hand be strong, that no problem, if we are not happy with this connection, the connection of the dots, we have the possibility of reconnecting them to form a greater, bigger picture, better picture that will make us happy. So I think it is nice if we don't have the numbers attached next to the dots, because then we have the freedom to connect and reconnect as many, to form as many formations and pictures as we possibly can, until we are happy with the final image that we want to stick to and live from there on. So yes, I think it was a little vague when I first started, but I think I picked it up very nicely by the end of it. So I'm going to gym today, and I've parked my car, and yes, I will be posting some gym videos and stories on my Instagram, so check it out. Subscribe if you haven't and check out my Instagram page and all the details. So yes, let's keep on connecting the dots, and remember the dots, we can still add the dots if we feel that the image is halfway. Maybe the image is just halfway, and we still have a lot of dots more to add onto our in our life. And maybe I will do a video again once I have formed once I have connected my dots, and I will probably share that with you guys. But thank you, it's already a long video. I love you guys. Bye.